Hey, what's going on once again? What's going on with you loved ones? We back at it like a bad habit. Get it going. We're gonna do an early live. We're gonna have some other shit popping off, pop locking later on. Let me see. Did you get the invite? Let's see what's pop locking. If the invite don't work, just request it. Really. Request that John. If it don't work. Just request it so I can pull you up because it ain't working like that for some odd reason. Oh, okay, I see you. Boom. Boom. All right, it should be. You should be at. There we go. There we go. Action. Lights, camera, action.
That's a fact. Hold on, let me ping some people up in this bitch real quick.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
get over here.
absolutely,
Let me
absolutely.
ping some people up in here real quick. Just to get us going.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, really? What's happening with you, family?
Oh man, just
Uh,
maintaining really.
that's right. That's right. Bub off in there. Mobbing 190. Black Mob in there.
Yeah, mobbing, what it do? You might want to stick around and say it's some substance going on. Some
Most
substance.
definitely. Most definitely.
And to really kicked it off with game, recognize game.
You know it.
What does that truly mean? I'll kick it off.
Speak on it.
So this the
Speak
thing
on it.
first. This the thing first. First, the first things first, we gotta realize what is game.
There it is. There.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like before we answer a question, we have to figure out what it is we're answering. So game, recognize game. A lot of people can have a lot of definitions for that, but at the end of the day, let's break it down at its source.
Yeah.
What is game?
I'm gonna take it as you asking yourself.
No. I'm really, to be honest with you, I'm really looking at the comments because I want somebody to start throwing out
Say that.
it's some and the lack of it. We're gonna
And the
touch
lack
that
of
too.
it. Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
touch that too.
Yeah. Definitely.
But
Definitely.
what is game though? What is game? Like if a nigga tell you I got game or do you got game? What is
What
game?
does that mean? Definitely. What does that truly mean?
If you got enough game to recognize game or the lack of, then what is it that you have?
Yeah. It's game. Game is knowledge. Game is knowledge of what? Game is knowledge of self. Game is knowledge of life. Game is knowledge of what? And I'm gonna throw a twist. Well, I'm gonna throw a twist in it in a minute. I ain't even gonna throw that twist yet. I ain't gonna throw the twist yet.
All right. I'm gonna say what game is to me. I'm gonna
Okay.
say what game is to me. Now, what game is to me, I define game in 3 words in the exact order that I say them in:
Hmm.
knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Okay.
To me, that's what game is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now when it comes down to it, just depends on how much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding you have in that field. Will depend on how much game you got.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Now,
knowledge. Let's talk.
now,
Let's break it down.
can I
Knowledge. What is knowledge?
can I
Knowledge is
twist
just
on you?
the. Go ahead.
Can I twist on you real quick? Not to cut you off or not to interject because y'all know you about to go down a great road. At the same time, what you just said to me surpassed game to me.
Right.
That just gave me the definition of what real ism is. When they put ism on the back of anything, realism. Uh, 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 Ism is the the height of, or the surpassing of uh, a certain. It's too elite now. You know what I mean? It's upper echelon now, because you
Right.
can apply that game. You can have some game, but not know how to utilize that game, not know how to apply that game. It's not necessarily applicable, and applicable in the right fashion. So when you have that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it's a jump over that bridge. Game is like maybe possessing uh, uh, one or two of those, but not all of them in the whole conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? If I can say that, so myself right there, but I'm allow you to proceed. I didn't mean to step on your toes, but I'm gonna do that from time to time. Step in and interject, because I have to. I need to say certain things before I forget.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Okay.
And high heel lieutenant. I know exactly what perspective you coming from, but let's understand that is the game, but there are many games.
Definitely.
There are many games of life. Many games. So when we say what is game, it's more of on a broad scale, not more on a one lane scale. It's more on a
Right.
broad scale. It's something that everybody can use,
General.
not just
Yeah.
people
General.
in the game.
General.
Exactly.
Yeah. General use, and that's why I say what I said. It's ism. It's knowledge of more than just, and wisdom and understanding of more than just one area.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or it can be one area. It
Yes.
can be
Yeah.
one area. You can have all the game to offer me in one specific area and not know too much more. But in that area, you fully gamed up
Right. Right. Well,
because
let
you
me
have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding.
let me get it. Let me give a little clarity, because even if you have game and height in one area, you can still transfer that knowledge, that wisdom, and understanding to other areas as well. Even if you flourish in one area the most, or at its height for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what I
And that's
that's what I kind
and
of
that
mean by when I say that.
mhm.
Go ahead. You got it.
and that's why we say there's more than one games. Okay, so let's break it down. What is knowledge? Knowledge is the learning aspect. Knowledge is the learning aspect, and then what have you learned and comprehended? Okay, what is the wisdom aspect? Wisdom is the application of the knowledge. So now you're grown. Now you're learning experience.
Right.
So now when you combine that knowledge and that experience, you have an understanding, right? From your
Right.
knowledge and experience, you gain an understanding, and once that now you have some sort of game, no matter which level it's at. You have some game.
Right.
Game recognized game, right? What does that truly mean?
Right.
It means that you have enough game to recognize the game that's trying to be ran on you.
Bingo, Pacquiao. Hey, can I interject again?
Absolutely.
Here's my twist that I was gonna put on there in the first place, since you just opened that up. So this is a great segue. Can that also equate into bullshit recognizes bullshit?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely. Only because,
there
but
you
that's
go.
still game.
Right,
Because
right. It is game. Yeah, yeah. You're truly right.
so
Definitely.
let me say this. When you're full of game,
Uh-huh.
and somebody's coming with bullshit, that's when we add the game recognized game or lack of it. So if I'm
Right,
gamed up and you coming on bullshit, I'm so gamed up I can recognize your lack of game.
right. I can see it already. I see straight through you. It's too transparent. It's too transparent. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Continue. Elaborate more.
Right. So the game aspect, when you're game when game recognizes game, the
Mm-hmm.
game is the highest level. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to recognize your game, then I'm on your level of your game. If I'm able to recognize your game and your game is lower than mine, it's bullshit and I caught it. So I recognize you have a lack of game, then that means my game was on a higher level. right? And it's the people
Okay.
whose game is on a lower level that get the game ran on them because they lack
Right.
game.
Right. I can definitely concur. I agree.
So basically, whatever field anybody is in life, every conversation you have in your field, every networking base, everything you got to do with it, you will be being evaluated for your game or your lack thereof.
Right. And every aspect of the sense. Definitely.
For your game or your lack thereof. And at the end of the day, we live in a capitalist society. So once you do show that lack of game, you are a victim.
Definitely.
It's a capitalist society. So it's not, they don't even feel wrong when they do get over on you. They don't, they sleep perfectly fine at night. Why? Because that's just cultural. That's how it is. It's a
Definitely.
capitalist world. What is capitalist? Capitalist is when you use somebody else to further yourself.
Right.
That,
Right.
that's game.
Right. You're absolutely right.
But at the
Now,
end of the day, if you don't recognize the game being played, then you're not playing the game. The game is being played on you.
definitely. Now, see, now if I may get in there, uh, that's when it becomes different for me when people say running game. You know what I mean? Because when just for me, just in my sense, I'm a truthful individual. So I'll be truthful with you before I give you some game. You know what I'm saying? My truth comes first and then my game comes next because my game is finesseful. My game is a little bit more relaxed and more smooth. So you may think it's game, but it's really the truth accompanying my truth.
Right.
If that makes sense to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
So
it's my
so
truth accompanying my truth in a more smoother fashion because
right.
you're a little more comfortable with me. Like I seduced you with the truth, and now I'm massaging you with the game. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And when it's on a lower scale, like you're saying, I believe the lower level is the game is ran instead of presented. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? So I believe
Right.
now it's the upper echelon of things now to whereas the game transformed from game and now it equates to ism. That's that know-how and show-how that I always speak of. You know what I'm saying? That's that being able to execute, not only grasping the knowledge of, but being able to make that knowledge applicable. You know what I'm saying? Execute, apply, and execute at a level and at a rate that many can't do. You know what I'm saying? In this performance, many can't perform. They need multiple energy drinks to make that catch up to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
So
really? You got to pin that right there.
yeah. We got it. Well, I don't know how to do none of that.
Not oh well look where it says high heel lieutenant game is the knowledge. You should read that out loud. He got on one right there.
What did he say? Hold on. Game is the knowledge you've accumulated through life experiences that give you wisdom. You can approach situations with better edge, so you can get a better result or outcome that swings to your favor. You're absolutely right.
That was
You're
cold.
absolutely right. See, that's that. See now, what do he say? In your favor. Now that is a flavor I can savor. How about that? How about that? I do like that, man. See now that's elevated game. You know what I mean? Because now these days, motherfuckers think they running game and it's just a bunch of lies. It's just a bunch of drag. It's just a bunch. It's totally different when I think of game and I think of ism. You know what I mean? It's two
Facts.
different levels. So
Facts.
it's a little different for me. You know what I mean? So excuse me if I step back from game and think about ism field realm because it's applied and it's transferable skills now. And the game I've developed can be placed in so many different areas now. You know what I'm
But
saying? When
let's
I
also
utilize it.
let's also touch on this though, really, because she
Speak on it.
just put just a bunch of lies, and that's what we have to touch on. The real game is filled with
It's
the
not.
truth.
Definitely. I said truth comes first, game
Facts.
comes later. Truth
Facts.
seduces you, the game massages you. So it's not a bunch of lies. That's from a bunch of goofies. You know what I'm saying? That's a bunch of goof troops looking for some Daffy Duck bucks, and it's terrible. You know what
See,
I'm saying? So I get that.
and to keep it 100, the only
Yeah,
thing running game really
yeah.
is finessing the truth. Is painting the truth up as beautiful as you can. But it's the truth. Now, when we get to dealing with lies, when somebody gets to running game on you with lies, that's not running game. That's a con artist.
Right. Don't
That's
know the
not game.
difference. Okay, okay. Boom. Break that down a little
Because
more because
okay,
my perception of running game is just what it's saying, running game. You try
well,
to
let me
run
say
something
this.
across me, hoping I go for it. So open that up. Open that up for a minute.
Well, let me say this. If we that and that's why from the beginning, the very first thing I wanted to do was break down me personally, my definition of game.
Yeah.
Because if game is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then that is filled with nothing but the truth.
Right.
There's no lies in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's based on nothing but truth.
Right.
So, with that being said, if I'm running game on you, then I'm painting the truth in a way that you can understand and in a way that you're going to be flowing with the way that I want you to flow.
Okay.
But it's with the truth though. I'm just pacifying the truth
Okay.
and I'm
Okay.
painting it up in a way that you can understand. Now when it comes to running game on somebody with lies,
Hmm.
that's a scammer. That's a con artist. That's not game.
Now, can't you
That's
be if I must contradict the formula and format because controversy helps things out at times. Uh,
right.
Speaking on that game that you behold, that's so that not you speaking generally. Uh,
Right.
can't You said knowledge? You said knowledge is the truth, right? Can a con artist have knowledge of how to con?
Absolutely. There's the con game. He can have the game on how to con. Absolutely.
Okay, so you saying that's
Lying
for
and
that
tricking is an
sector.
art.
That's an art.
Deception
That's
is
for
an
that
art.
sector. So that's for that sector, not necessarily in a general sector. That's one form of a type of game, yet not the game that we speaking on now.
Oh, no, not at all. That's not running
Okay.
game, but
No.
it is its own game, though. We have to
Right. Right.
understand that it is its own game, but it
Right.
is not the game, or it is not like, you know what I mean? It doesn't get classified as that because the game is the truth. The
Right.
game is
Right.
not a lie. It is not associated with a lie. The game is the truth. But see, and that's the thing about it is it's a game, but it's
Right.
not a game. You get
Right.
it?
Absolutely. You cannot play with it. You are in this
Facts.
not to be played with. Definitely
Right.
because I equate when I say the game, right? I I really mean life. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That's my perception of when I say the game. Everybody thinks I'm talking about the game exactly, but I equate the game to life because it's transferable. I've been in so many different fields that I know it's transferable, and in the game you get a lot of good a lot of information you can utilize in other places, other realms. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. But you could chop it up. I'm still listening, and uh, there's some questions. The lieutenant said something on there. I think he made a statement, not a question though. I'll be right back out to you in one moment. I'm listening to you though.
Lieutenant Brody said, when you have game, your understanding will help you avoid and prevent setbacks and speed bumps that can be avoided. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But what we just to add on to that, what we have to understand is that there are levels of game. So you can have game and still not avoid the setbacks and the speed bumps.
Real shit.
You can have as much game you can have hella game and still get hit with setbacks. So the game ain't gonna prevent you from the setbacks. The game is gonna tell you how to weather the storm of the setback.
Right. Makes
You know,
sense.
you know what I mean? The game it is the knowledge and the wisdom. Okay, right. So that means you have knowledge of what's going on. You've been here before. You have the wisdom of what's going on, so you know exactly what to do. You're not in a panic state. You have an understanding of what's going on, and you have an understanding of what's to come next. You have the game
Right.
to weather this storm. So, but at the end of the day, in some situations you can prevent it, but in some situations you can't. And that's why at the end of the day, there is no top to the game.
Right.
There's no top. There's no, it's knowledge is infinite. So there can
Right.
never be a top.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there's never an amount of knowledge that you will have that will just prevent and save you from anything ever. But knowledge can help you when the situations do come, because they're gonna come.
It can help you maneuver.
Facts. Okay, Relly, I'm glad you back. So now back to what I was saying. Game has to be truth. It has to be. We
Right.
cannot let game linger in the realm of a lie.
And the only reason why I say what I said, right, is because a lot of people think they've been in the face of game and they haven't. Oh, they try to
Exactly.
run that on me. Oh, they try to do that to me. Oh, they talk like that. Just because it sounds the same doesn't mean it is the same. Just because the cover looks alike doesn't mean it's the same substance underneath. You know what I'm saying? The two Mustangs can look identical until you open that hood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So go ahead. I'm just in agreement. I'm concurring. I'm concurring,
So
man.
so so I feel like when somebody has malintent and they're running game on you with
Right.
malintent. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that is not game.
Right.
Somebody is
Right.
scamming you, they're conning you, they're lying, they're deceiving you.
Right.
Game is not deception. Game
Absolutely.
is perception.
Not in any form.
You get what I'm saying? So even if somebody did come try to get over on you, they didn't try to run game on you, because everything they were saying was a lie. They tried to con you.
Right. Right.
They tried to scam you. They
I
tried to
agree.
deceive you.
I agree. You
Now,
don't.
and but like I said, all those fields are their own game within themselves.
Okay. Your boy said when you have experience from familiarity, I can't even say it right now, with a situation, you have an edge that will give you an advantage to get a better result that caters to your favor. What do you say to that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what game is. So it's like when you choose to fuck with somebody, or when you choose to be a part of anything with somebody that you feel has more game than you, it's because when them situations occur, that's the person you're gonna look to as, what do we do next?
Right.
They
Right.
just have
Right.
more game, they have more knowledge, they have more experience, they have more of an understanding of the situation. And it's
Hmm.
okay to follow. You have to follow to lead.
I had. Oh, you was a cold dude. You must have been reading my mind right now, because I was just gonna ask you. Now, if you behold that game, does that automatically make you the leader if they're looking at you and looking forward to you dictating the next move because they know you
Absolutely.
behold the game?
And that's what leadership entails. That's what leadership entails. The game.
Right.
You have to
Right.
have it, because if there is a leader, if there is a follower that feels that they have more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding than the leader, then your leadership will be tested
Absolutely. At every angle. Every
at
time.
every angle. The only time your leadership is not tested is when knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is submitted, that you are the higher.
Right. The hierarchy.
It has to be a submission for
Right.
successful leadership.
So now we hitting on pretty much a submissive and a dominant, which it has to be in any situation for it to work.
Hmm.
Because two submissives can't work, two dominants can't work, not in the same area.
Absolutely. And what we also have to understand is that a dominant can be submissive and a submissive can be dominant. There's a
Okay,
time and a place for everything.
right, right, okay,
And the reason why there's a time and a place for everything, it goes all back to game. There's too many different fields that you can have the game advantage in. to where the tables turn to where now you're the leader because you are more advanced in this game. And no matter what it may be. No
Now,
matter what it may be.
now I have another one to throw in there. I'm gonna be throwing these motherfuckers like curveballs. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, is it efficient for the individual with the game at the proper time? Not all the time, not at any given time, but at the proper time to instill that game in which in the follower. So in order for the follower to be able to lead in that leader's absence, if need be.
I mean, to be completely honest with you, that's the number. That's the objective.
The objective of the
If
game.
you genuinely have game, then you understand that that's the objective. If you
Right,
faking like you have game and you just you wanna be a dictator and you wanna
right.
leverage,
You want to control it with no. Right, right. Go ahead. You want to
right?
leverage.
So if you really got game,
Right,
then you'll understand that with no matter, and this goes for no matter what field you're in, you are only as strong as your weakest team member. So with
right,
that being said, if you're not making sure that your team is sharp, if you're not making sure that they are filled with game,
right.
then at the end of the day, one person in a team that has the game is it's not gonna do nothing. This is especially when you're in a team doing something that has to do with team.
So it's a necessity.
It's a necessity.
Okay, okay. So there will be no ultimate for
Because
ultimate.
when you're building a real organization,
Mm-hmm.
when you're building a real organization and success is what you're looking for, the organization cannot fall when the person with the most game falls.
Correct.
It can't fall. So
Nail on
if
it.
you as a leader are looking for successful leadership, then it is your job and your duty to spread the game.
Right, right. For that corporation to run, because now it sounds more of a corporation and a team effort, as you said. Everybody has a position to play. At the same time, has to be filled with the understanding of how to play other positions if ever needed,
Exactly. And
or if the
and,
opportunity has
and,
been granted.
and that's the machine. And if you have and if you truly got game, then you understand that it is a machine that needs to be well oiled, and it needs all functions need to be functioning properly at the same time for this machine to run. And
Right,
if you take the position of leader, then at the end of the day, success or failure falls on you, no
right.
matter what it is.
Yeah, because it
And
has
that's the
to do with your leadership skills.
in
You got to go
leadership.
back. Go ahead. You got it.
Leadership skills has everything to do with taking blame. With y'all was just touching on it. What was the
Accountability.
topic? Yes, accountability.
Accountability. Being accountable. You have to become accountable. That is that's vital to success, man. I say it all the time. It's a vital key, one of the vital keys to success and to conquering many different levels of position. So that's definitely vital, and that's definitely something that you have to be willing to do, or the leader position isn't for you.
You really didn't have as much game as we thought you did.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of invested time for nothing. No ROI. No ROI at all.
For real. For
You know.
real.
So what are the ways that if you have I know you have some. Let me not say that. Let me figure out how I want to. What are some of the factors that an individual I don't know if that's too much game. Uh, how do you spot that? Is that too much? Is that
Spot.
too much?
How do you spot what?
How do you spot an individual that's a con from a true?
Hold on,
How
bro.
do
I was having a conversation with Mary Jane. You gotta say it
I
one
don't
more time.
you got it. How do you spot? How would one be able to spot a con from the realism, from the truth, from a true individual that is of some substance trying to uh, instill substance in you?
To be completely honest with you,
I don't want you to
that
go too
is
deep,
the
and I
key question of life.
right. Okay, okay, Boomski, we're here now. We've arrived.
That right there, listen to me, Relly, because I'm going to respectfully say I don't have the answer to that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Whoever does have the answer to that,
Yeah.
you have a key that you don't even know that unlocks many rooms and doors.
Now I got a couple footsteps. I might not have the answer.
Because at the end of the day, really, it's really to be that question is really hard to say, and I
Uh-huh.
only say that because I've been tricked and I still get tricked to this day. So I obviously don't have the remedy down yet.
Okay. Okay.
I get
Now,
fooled, really. I'm
yeah,
human.
yeah.
I get
Hey,
fooled.
there's fools gold all the time. They get better and better, man. They printing up this paper so velvetly these days too. Anyone can be fooled, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
really. So
definitely understand. I've been fooled myself, thinking that something is what it is, and it turned out to be nothing. You know what I
but
mean?
so I
Hey,
don't have that answer.
now this is a footstep for me in the right direction when it pertains to that, right? Is is that individual as far as to spot that game? Some shit I had to tell my daughter, you know what I mean, and give her some understanding of dealing with certain individuals that are gonna enter her life, may be there for keeps or maybe there for a short time for an experience, a learning experience, right? And the fact of the matter is, what are they there for? Are they teaching you something while they're there? Do they have the good intentions to give you some news you can use, whether they're there or not? You know what I mean? Whether they in giving you this understanding, whether they're going to be in your life or not, to make sure your life is good, is okay. You know what I'm saying? Giving you some something you're going to be able to achieve without them, or are they giving you something just to hold you over while they're in your life? You know what I mean? To see if they really want you to succeed and really have some type of uh, 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 thought of your well-being. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
if you get what I'm saying.
I
So
get
if
exactly what you're
if
saying.
if, if I'm giving you something of substance only because I'm here and you can only use this with me, I don't have good intentions for you at all. So that's one way for me to understand, or for you to understand, that hey, this is some bullshit. He may be giving me some game just for me to run a route for him, and that's just what it is. Or she may be giving me some game, or sticking around just for me to run a route, or just to get this out of this, and it's all through Gazy. You know what I'm saying? It's all for
But
nothing. So
but 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 let me
it's
ask you
kind of a
this though.
telltale. Speak on it.
Let me ask you this though. What if you're dealing with an individual, right?
Uh-huh.
That
I
you
know where
have
you're
more
going to.
that
Speak on it.
this is it, and it's a good question based off what you were saying, right? What if you're dealing with an individual, right? That you have more game than, that you have more everything than,
Right.
right? So there's not too many things that they would be able to leave you with that you can carry on into life, just because you're anything that she could think about or they could think about teaching you, you've already that's been assembled. I'm not saying that you can't be taught with things in life, but I'm talking about things that you can leave this situation with. What if that's not one of the things they bring to the table, but everything else is genuine though?
It's not always tangible. You know what I'm saying? It's not
There we
always
go.
tangible. You know
There
what I
we
mean? The
go.
character of that individual could have been what they left you with. The
Right.
effort of that individual, the personality, something that you may even still yearn for long after they're gone, showing you how a person, the respect that they had for you. You know what I'm saying? It's many different variables and elements that can be said about what you just asked on that
But
note. So it's not gonna always be tangible. But
but
go ahead. Uh-huh. However, not but, because
the
everything out the butt is bullshit.
facts. However,
Yeah. I'm
however,
working on that.
the in this is the thing though, really.
Uh-huh.
The intangibles, and correct me if I'm wrong, because it's just what popped up in my head. I didn't give it no extra thought. The
Okay.
intangibles that you're talking about
Uh-huh.
cannot be judged to me until the situation is complete, until it's over, until it's finished. That's when I can judge the intangibles that I'm leaving the situation with. Because if I can't, can you hear
Uh-oh.
me?
Is that mine? It's
Can you hear
choppy
me?
right now. It could be mine though. Yeah, I can hear you now. It could be me though,
Nah,
because
nah,
I'm
nah.
driving.
I just got a phone call.
Oh, okay, okay. You said it. The intangibles. You gotta keep going on that. Keep building on that, because it went out. Oh, fuck. It went out. What's going on, Facito? What's up, Relly? We're gonna need you to jump in here in a minute too, man.
Really?
Take some of that shit rail. Yep, yep.
Okay. So look, what I was
What's
saying
up,
is,
man? What's up,
is that
Relly? You got any real? Go ahead. You got it.
I, I feel like the intangibles really can't be judged until,
The intangibles is what you said.
say it again.
Hello. Fuck. You
Say it
said
again,
the
Real.
intangibles can't be judged to the end. I was trying to hear what you said because it
Until
was choppy.
the situation is over.
Okay, can you elaborate, build on that for me one time, because I don't understand till the situation is over. So they're away from you, or what were you getting at there?
Till the situation will, till whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example, like how you said you was the advice you was given. What are they giving you? That's touchable, that you can take after, or anything that you can apply, or anything. Just that's okay. Now when it comes to intangible, like you were saying, respect, and like
How
when
they
it comes to
treated you,
that
how
type
they
of
treated
stuff.
you as well too. The respect, the you can clean that. They can give you a proper and thorough example of that too, uh, without.
But
Go ahead.
or however, what I'm
Go ahead.
saying is
Yeah.
when you're judging respect and you're judging intangibles and how this person treated you, and when you're judging all type of shit like that, you can never make a full judgment, bro, until you're completely done dealing with that person. Let me explain why.
Uh huh.
I can be dealing with somebody right now that I feel like is loyal.
Right.
And if you can talk to me today and I could say this person is loyal, that's the intangible that I got with this person.
Right.
You could talk to me tomorrow and I could say, damn, bro, she ain't as loyal as I thought she was.
Correct.
So that's
Yes.
not an intangible until the situation is over. And
You
then
you
you
you're correct.
maintain that.
You're correct. Yet I did say, and at the same time, I'm gonna walk this journey with you. Are we allowed to make mistakes and not be judged as total character off the mistakes we've made? Are mistakes made to be corrected, or what?
I mean, they are. And this is what I feel. And this is what I feel. I feel like, see, and this is what I think. I think the world is in such a state of no accountability and no self,
Right. Right.
nothing
I agree.
to the point where there's a difference between a mistake and character. And there's a fine line between a mistake and character. And let me say what the fine line is. The fine line is a mistake is something that you do once.
Right.
Character is something that's reoccurring.
Correct.
If it's a mistake,
Totally
it's
agree.
corrected.
Totally agree.
If it's not corrected, it's character.
Absolutely.
So we
It's
have this thing
intentional.
where a lot of people like to make mistakes over and over and over and over again,
No,
and
no,
then
that's
still call
purposeful.
them mistakes.
No, that's purposeful. That's not. That's purposeful. That's an intent now. You have priors, and that's an intent.
No, facts. It's and at the end of the day, to be honest with you, that is it most cases, but sometimes it really don't. It might not be intent, bro. Sometimes it's genuinely character. Sometimes they genuinely might not want to do what they be doing, but they
Yeah.
just, until you pointed out to them, they didn't even know they was doing it.
But you have to make. Excuse me. You got me saying but. Everything after but is bullshit. However, although yet and still, at the same time, you have to make a repetitive effort to correct that, so you won't make the mistake again. Not have somebody repetitively correct you on those mistakes. That can show you the effort and the real intent they have in cleaning that up for that
So
not to happen again.
so let's go to this next. Let's go to this
Yeah.
next. What if that is a situation, right? What if that is a
Uh-huh.
situation that you're dealing with in your life, in any,
Uh-huh.
on any level? You pick the level. It could be business, it could be personal, on any level.
Uh-huh.
And that is a situation you're dealing with, and you're dealing with a situation where you're dealing with a genuine person who just continues to make the same mistake, and
Okay.
you've tried the avenues that you know to correct them. What do you
Uh-huh.
do when you run out of avenues?
Sometimes they might need some motherfucking help. You know? Yet, when it becomes to jeopardize you or get you out of your character, knock you off of your access, it may be time to let that individual go until they can actually clean that up, so they can get some focus and not be distracted of trying to be around you so much that they keep missing the fact that they need to clean that up and they need to focus on getting that right, because that's becoming a detriment to your situation. You know what I'm saying? So get away from me. I've had to do it before. Get away from me. Focus on that to get that right. Not saying that we have bad rapport right now. Yet, before it becomes to the point where we have bad rapport, go clean that up. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? What you laughing at? I see you've dealt with this too. Okay. You're all too familiar as well. Yeah, yeah, that's sometimes that's what it takes. You know what I mean? Yet you can still take, you can still you still have gained, you still may have gained a lot from that individual, but before it goes far left to whereas it cannot be mended, then sometimes you just gotta let that situation go.
Right.
People need time to grow, and they can't
But
necessarily grow with you
okay.
all the time.
Okay. Well, let me put you in a little bit more of a pickle. Let me put you in a little bit
Put
more
the
of a
twist on
pickle.
it, kid. Shit. God damn it. Put the twist on it. And I'm throwing it right back. We definitely got to catch what we throw.
So I said, hold on. Let me put you in a little bit more of a pickle.
Yeah, I'm Reggie.
Okay. Okay,
Oh, my
Bradley.
goodness.
This the thing though.
Okay.
Positives outweigh negatives, but you're still dealing with mistakes.
Uh-huh.
So you say, yo, you say, I'm just go get it together. It's the thing though, positives outweigh negatives.
Okay.
So it's not really a detriment to your life, but it is a hurdle,
Mm-hmm.
a self-placed to the point where it's not supposed to be here. Like, why is this here? Like, I didn't
Okay.
expect this to be here to where I could trip over this one day because I'm not expecting it to be there.
Right.
Like, life is supposed to throw me hurdles, not.
And we always expect the unexpected. This is just where we
Yeah, but
come from.
no,
Yeah,
no, I'm
but
saying we
I get it.
expect it from life though. Like,
Right.
goddamn, not from the people closest to us. The people
Right.
closest to us shouldn't be throwing us hurdles. They should be
Right.
clearing the hurdles with us,
Absolutely.
not
Totally in
throwing
agreement.
secret ones in our paths.
Totally in agreement.
So with that being said, I'm just putting you in a little bit more of a pickle. I'm
Okay.
making I'm making you I'm making you find a solution rather than saying leave.
Yeah, well, shit, we might chop that pickle up and make some relish out of that shit and make some tuna salad or something with that shit here. So we gonna chop it up a salmon salad or something. So we gonna chop that up right here, right now. There's two things that are very vital and very valuable in life, and they're both free, and they may help you out a lot in life. And I'm generally speaking to everyone. That is paying attention to seeing what is wrong, what can be fixed, what can be helped, and a thing that's valuable, and we all misuse this or we all don't use it, and it's patience. Someone shows you that they've been there, they're trying to be there, they may have this flaw, shit, they may be a little crazy in their head, and they just don't know how to work that shuffle out. They just don't know how to untie that knot, right? But your patience, like you said, perseverance, your patience will help you persevere. You know what I'm saying? Your patience may help you over that hurdle because a lot of times, time can fix things. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Time can mend things. So, I believe that's what it'll take sometimes. And I've been in uh, both situations. I've experienced both situations both ways. So, yeah, patience, like they say, patience is a virtue and it's very valuable. So add it to your,
Thanks.
your, your collection of tools. You know
Re-
what I'm saying?
really, I want you to respond to this.
All
I
right.
genuinely want to hear how you respond to this.
Bro, want you to, hold on. What did he say? Hey, bro, want you to elaborate for these youngsters how game should also recognize game with the street shit too. Yeah. We're gonna get to that, but that's later on, bro. That's later on. We've been touching on that street shit all week, so they can pay attention. We gonna double back around the corner on a later date. But I got you, bro. That's my bro, At right there. That's my bro. He
Yeah.
be on top of me. But go ahead. Excuse me. However, go ahead. Splash that one time. I didn't mean to throw it off. Oh shit! I love talking with you. I swear. I tell you. Well,
We gonna have a blast.
you know what? Yeah,
It's
you know what you keep fucking doing. I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. I tell you.
That's a fact. Hey, you know what you should do?
Speak on it.
You know what you should do? You should see who want to come up to the
Okay.
chopping block.
Can you ask your question, and then we'll bring shit. Your partner has some good spiel that he
I,
splashes, so we can definitely bring him up.
I think we need to go back to the original question and let somebody come up and speak on game recognized game. What does that truly mean?
Okay. Well, shit, we can do that. Who wants to? Hey, request to come up.
Hey,
To come up.
y'all
What
want to
about
come
right
chop
here?
it? Request. Send a request.
Yeah,
Come chop
request.
it.
Now, did I negate? Did I detour you from the question that you originally were gonna ask
No,
just now?
nope.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm
No,
just
because
making sure
I really wasn't gonna ask a question. I really liked your homie question.
about the streets.
Yeah, because we touched on like when we touched on intentions on how to see that the only example we gave and referred to was the example that you gave, like a real life example on how to give. I think you was talking about your daughter, how to
Uh
give her
huh.
advice on, but now on some street shit, basically saying, okay, how would you give advice to a young nigga in the streets on how to
Okay.
recognize game from the con, or from a
Well,
nigga trying to crash you out, or
I
from a
I
nigga trying to
guess
give you
we're
some
gonna
game?
I guess we're gonna touch on it then. So you got your wish, bro.
I,
Uh,
I, I genuinely wanted to hear how you answered that question.
uh, just what you said, with the exact words that you said. If an individual is trying to get you to crash out, OG or no G,
But
pay
that's the
attention to
thing, really, that they don't realize the crash until they crashed.
this is the problem. You will realize the crash if somebody is trying to get you to crash on the daily. If they don't give you something of substance, and everything is on you, and you don't see any action from them, that's setting you up to be a crash dummy.
No, well. Let me say this, really. What if that person is a crash dummy as well, and he's ready to crash with you?
Hey,
He's not
vacay.
just sending you on a crash course.
What
He's
what
pulling you on a crash course that
what
he's
the
on.
nigga, what the nigga say in the movie? Run, bitch, run. Vacay. Get the fuck up out of there. That means it's time for a vicinity change. You know what I'm saying? That means it's time to come anew. That situation is not gonna work, especially if they're trying to look, especially if you see them crashing themselves, they're bringing you along for the ride. Why would you want to go along for the ride that you know is gonna crash?
But this is the thing, really. They don't see him crashing. They believe that what's going on looks cool.
All right, put the drugs down. So you can get a clear, so you can enter shit with a clear mind, unless you already know who you're dealing with, and you know it is what it is. Yes, I'm just fucking around when I say put the drugs down, but I'm not fucking around at the same time. So
Right.
step away from the shit that's clouding your fucking judgment.
And see, and if I was to answer that, this is all I would say. To
Go
be
ahead.
honest with you, it ain't really no real advice you can give somebody. If somebody has more game than you and they are running that game on you and you are blind to that game, it ain't nothing that can really wake you up. You got to wake up on your own. It ain't really nothing nobody can really tell you. Your mama, nigga, my mama told me stay out of Ocean View my whole life. I should have listened.
Right, right, right,
You get what I'm
right. I
saying?
get that. I get that.
But it took
Yeah.
for me to want to get the fuck away from that motherfucker for me to get away, not because of what anybody told me to do.
At the same time, let me object to that
Go ahead.
because your mom planted a seed that didn't grow instantly. It may have grown over time. Through your experience, you finally listen to your mom.
Absolutely. But and that's what I mean. I didn't listen to my mom because it was my mom telling me to do something.
Yeah, you may have indirectly not known that you have because it was subconsciously. So with her even telling you that, with no one telling you that, you may have never known what the outcome may have been. You may have been able to be a crash dummy and sign up for it willingly. Yet when she planted that seed, subconsciously that always stuck with you to say, hey, okay, there's something different that I need to be doing. Possibly. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. You definitely
So
can't rule that out.
yeah, so with somebody doing that, that can definitely alter and detour you because, like you said, there's only so many times you're going to be able to tell an individual before they're going to have to go and find out on their own.
You know what? And the crazy part about it is really, hey, you just made so much sense right now.
Man,
Because although you can't deter it, you're absolutely right. You can plant the seed, and then you just gotta let them water it.
absolutely, it'll grow within time.
For
Hopefully,
a fact.
hopefully they'll mature to do it. I had to do it myself, so I'm speaking from familiarity. You know what I'm saying? So uh, when I say that, because a lot of times we say, oh, we didn't have nobody do this, we didn't have nobody do that, but yeah, we did. We just didn't pay attention to them when they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? It was just more of an influence to not do it than it was to do it. So we paid attention to the influence that was more in unison with what we actually wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? If that makes some sense right there, you know? I definitely did it as well. So I think there is a lot to give young individuals so that can detour them, so they can redirect. Yet they have something they need a solution in order to redirect as well. You know what I
Abs-
mean? Because we
that's it.
all know the fucking problems. We need to start handing out solutions to the motherfucking problems. And if you
Yeah.
bang this shit in their head and embed it and instill it in them as much as we contribute to instilling the bullshit, then it'll be a different outcome on the other side of shit because they'll start seeing results and not just a motherfucker just saying shit. You know
And,
what I mean?
and you're right, because everybody quick to tell somebody what they shouldn't do instead of telling them what the alternative, what you should be doing. So it's like, yeah, you telling me to stop doing that, but then what? If you don't give them no, but then what? Your words ain't really holding no weight.
Right. They're gonna turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to what you got going on. So,
the first thing anybody gonna say to anybody grown, you could be 18, 19, 20, 21. The first thing anybody tells somebody to stop doing or what to do, the first thing they gonna say is, nigga ain't paying my bills.
Yeah, type shit.
You ain't helping me with shit. Ain't putting groceries in my motherfucking fridge. How you gonna tell me how to live?
Right.
So it's like you have to come with an alternative or just save your words.
Right. Now I got another flash to put on there as far as if they know and figuring out if this is a crash dummy trying to get you to crash dummy, trying to get you to torpedo, right? If it's a motherfucker that's always trying to send you in the battle and they not ever in the battle, that's a way to, you know what I'm saying? They always try to get you to fight the battle for them, crash yourself out. You know, start asking some motherfucking questions. Start seeing and acquiring some information instead of just going in blindfolded and saying, oh, I'm going to do this because the homie, I'm going to look cool to do some Andy shit and get yourself fucked off. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, when I say ask some questions, I know police ask questions though. You know what I'm saying? That might get you, what you say, in a pickle. You know what I'm saying? But start acquiring about shit and not just be a dummy about shit just to try to fit in. Stop dumbing yourself down to fit in. I spoke with that on that issue with EK the other day. You know what I mean? Start being intelligent about your moves, because understand this, no matter whether you a big homie or little homie, your moves are going to be your moves. You're going to be accountable for your moves at the end of the day, whether it be risk or reward. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be you and only you. You might go in with somebody else. You really don't want no co-defendees, but you might go in with somebody else. At the same time, you're not going to stay with that somebody else. They're not going to be able to tough the whole lineup with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective. Go ahead. You got it.
You know what the cold part about that game now is? The cold part about that game now is the young niggas.
Yeah. What happened? Went out? Oh, somebody left the car. Damn, went out? All right, I got you. Oh, shit, Lieutenant on there, too. Yeah, my bus,